Hello, conservative life on Mars, because things are just wild and crazy, and we're living in strange times. And this election cycle, November 2022, was no less strange. We all anticipated a red wave to sweep through the United States, and it did not happen. However, there are quite a number of seats that were turned over to the red side. There's only going to be a few that I'm going to focus on talking about right now, but it wasn't the landslide that the right wanted, which would have sent a clear and distinct message that still needs to be sent over to the far less extremist side that is being tolerated by the left. The sad thing apart that is that the left depends on these weirdo far extremists to do their dirty work. While they sit back and just drink tea, these guys, the foot soldiers, are just doing all the heavy lifting for them. And, most of these people are just young folks, so they're thinking they're still there to save the Commonwealth, But I think when they grow into their old age, they're going to realize that all they were foot soldiers getting paid scraps that they were led to believe were just as good as pearls and gold, and they're not going to have a lot to show for it. So moving forward here, another thing that I think that was a takeaway is that the right side can no longer let or depend Donald Trump in endorsing and selecting viable candidates. The main viable candidates that he backed did not win, or they're in a runoff. Runoff being Herschel Walker, of course. But somehow, some way, the right needs to step in and let Trump know, look, you can't just be putting in your friends in there because they're your friends. I mean, Dr.oz. Dr.oz came into that contest with a lot of baggage that did not look cute. I mean, someone who had to defend themselves in Congress over their claims of promoting snake oil and stuff like this is not coming in with clean hands, and I would have to really question. I like Donald. I love Donald. I like how he comes in and shakes up everybody and just rips apart the status quo. But I think that shiny star is really starting to get scratched up and look dull and turn into rust. And someone's going to have to help him realize that. Herschel Walker. I have no problems Herschel Walker being an athlete. I have problems with people saying that he is so unqualified. Okay, let's dial this back with it. You had two people from the Love Boat that I believe ran for Congress. I mean, these are actors, okay? So Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay, he became a governor solely on his name. I'll be back. I mean, Ronald Reagan, another actor. So qualifications for running for political office doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a lot of experience. Obama, another person who was not terribly qualified, that was the first thing they said about him. He was the least qualified during his election rounds. But yet, with Herschel Walker, I think somebody with his pedigree, the only pedigree that he seems to have really is the gift of gab, which he uses very well. But having all these old lovers, butthurt lovers coming out of the woodworks trying to tag abortion onto him as if he had a gun to their head. I mean, come on, these are grown women that made grown decisions. Period. And they need to live with it. They either had the abortion because they did not want to have a mixed race child, which a lot of women have done on both sides, or they just truly did not want to have that kid, or they knew that Herschel Walker was not going to divorce his wife and marry them. So they were a part of adultery. So it's kind of disingenuous for these women to come out of the woodworks and say these things, and they were a part of adultery and anything else. They were just a part of it too. So, but still, with that type of storyline, he was not the perfect candidate. Were other better candidates than Herschel Walker to put in place. Because Warnock can't be that. I mean, he does not sound well when he talks. He talks very unprepared. Uh, I think you could have had a high school student go in and mop the floor with him, but yet they had Herschel Walker in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn to Karilake. I think the reason why Karilake is not succeeding in her contest is she's not a terribly likable person. Yes, she's a strong, aggressive woman, grab you by the horns and rip you and has an answer for everything. And I don't know if America is ready or Arizona is ready for a woman like that. I mean, the aggressiveness. You can say everything you want. Yeah, we like that. Da, 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 da. Men don't like women that appear to be manly and not feminine, whereas Hobbs still has feminine qualities about her. You can hate me all you want about this, and I think women like women who are not as hardcore. Because if you're that hardcore, I go get me a bro. So I'm thinking this is the reason why she's not really just didn't take care of that situation as soon as possible, and boom. I'm gonna have another section for just Los Angeles because I'm here in California, and there's been a lot of topsy-turvy stuff happen here too. But this is what my thoughts are on the more popular elections that happened. Ooh, excuse me. This time around, Conservative Life on Mars, because we're living in strange times. Please subscribe. Please let your friends know about me here so I can still keep creating good content for you.